All right, this truck belongs to my friend Jimmy Todd, and it was his grandfather's truck, and I fixed it up for him a couple years ago so he could start driving it, and now he's trying to get it painted, and he took it to the body shop, and the body shop found all this rust up here in the roof. And as you can see, this is all right. It's pretty bad. Goes down the sides. My friend Jimmy this entire Todd. Outer skin, and it was his grandfather's truck, totally detached, and the drip edge. I fixed it up for him a couple years ago so he could start driving it. So and now he's trying to get it painted. Jump into this, and he took it to the body shop, and get this guy fixed up. The body shop found all this rust. See what we can do up here in the roof. And as you can see, this is it's pretty bad. Goes down the sides. This entire outer skin is totally detached. The drip edge is all gone. So I'm going to jump into this and see if we can get this guy fixed up and ready for paint. See what we can do. All right. So we got some cardboard on here to protect the glass. We put a yellow marker line up there of a cut line of where we want to be. I want to try to stay just below that crown mark right here where the crown of the roof starts. That way we can try to make straight pieces to fill these voids. Let's cut some stuff out and see what it looks like. That's pretty serious. Got a lot of rust holes. And as you can see, there's a bunch of holes in that lower skin. So, being as how this has a headliner in it, I really don't want to weld to this in case any embers drop through there and start a fire. This guy's not looking for a full-blown concourse restoration. He just wants to get the rust repaired so he can get the thing painted. So let's see what our options are for this. Hello. All right, there we go. The sound bars. All right. So we got some cardboard on here to protect the glass. We put a yellow marker line up there of a cut line of where we want to be. I want to try to stay just below that crown. Well, not terrible, but it ain't good. Got a pretty big hole there. A lot of this just may clean up with the wire wheel, and then some rust converter. Let's get a wire wheel and see what it does. I'm gonna cut this drip rail off. Give me some more room here. Look at that. Not taking off as much as I'd hoped it would. Well, a lot of the surface rust is gone. I think I need to treat it with some rust converter. Rust converter takes 48 hours to cure. So, okay. I'm going to hit this with a flap wheel, see if I can at least try to expose some fresh metal. So, be able to get some good welds. That did pretty good. Now, we will use this is Eastwood rust converter. All right, this stuff is Eastwood rust converter. This stuff works pretty good. However, the spray thing they send you does not. Kind of sucks. Yep, lame. All right, get something else. Take two. This is the same Eastwood stuff. I just put it in a hand sprayer. Hopefully this will make this go a little faster. That's more better. Get it all up in there as far as we can. All this rust treated. And stuff kind of makes a mess, but it works killer. Plus I just flooded it in there because obviously it needs it. So the stuff takes 48 hours to cure. So we'll let it work its magic. And in the meanwhile, I will start working on one of these pieces. See if I can make something like that, and then we'll come back and revisit this. Okay, so this is the section that I cut out above the windshield. This lip that goes to the drip edge, on the back side, it is 1/2 of an inch to the beginning of the bend. So what I'm going to do is, on my new piece, I am going to mark 1/2 of an inch from the edge on both sides. And then pull it in the middle too. I'm going to take this to the brake and see if we can match the bend to the factory bend. Test, test, got audio. All right. A little too much, but we can fix that. A little too much. Go back to the old reliable I-beam here. And there we can take her down a notch. Not too much. That's much better. Couple these little ripples out. Okay. Take over the truck and give it a test fit. All right, so here's the first panel. See what we got here. It looks pretty close to the mark. Made this a bit long just for trial and error. Yeah, we probably run through the shrinker to get this edge to conform a bit, but the angle on the size of the lip is pretty good. So, all All right, so in order to get this swoopy arc on the corner of the cab, we slid some cardboard under this and traced it to get the shape and the arc of the top. The piece of the metal that I cut was 2 1/4, so I made this 2 1/4, and I'm going to transfer this to a piece of steel and bend the little lip up in there, and this should fit right in the corner here. We'll snip the straight piece here and join them there. And we'll move on to phase 3. Okay, so there's the cardboard template. There is the piece. And that should fit the arc of the roof. And then when you flip it over, there is our 1/2-inch line to kick it out for the rain gutter line, for the drip edge. So let's see if we can get some bends in this and see how it ends up. Okay, now that our rust converter has cured, we are going to paint all of this metal oh, this doesn't want to go on so easy. Just don't want any paint getting on windshield gasket, making a mess. And it is going to get painted, but all right. So for this, I'm going to use this Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus. Stuff is pretty legit when it comes to treating rusty areas like this. You can use this or Por-15. This just, you're just in an aerosol can. It's going to make this way easier. You know what? Let me put some gloves on because I don't want this stuff on my hands. Little clogged up nozzle here. Man. Same. Another nozzle. All right. Test, test. All right, got a different nozzle. Let's finish. Look at that. Rebuilding, rebuilding, new roof skin, new metal. Just like that. I'll let it dry, and we'll, I got an idea how to patch these holes, something I've done before. It's going to be kind of weird, but it's going to work. You'll dig it. Okay, now that I got the rust treated and painted, because there's a headliner and a full interior in this truck and I don't want to start a fire, I need to patch up all these holes in here so that while I'm tacking on my metal in, a spark or an ember doesn't go through here and start a fire. And I've done this before on other old cars where there was a similar situation where there was a full interior but a small spot of rust. You didn't want to take everything apart to weld it. So what I did is I got a piece of screen, and what I'm going to do is put some JB Weld around these holes, push the screen into it, and then put some more JB Weld on top of it. That way it'll seal the holes, prevent anything from coming through, and keep my sparks from dropping through there. I got some JB Weld right here. I'm going to mix it up. This is JB Quick. Regular JB Weld takes a while to set up. And for this operation, we're not looking for strength. It has no structural integrity for anything on the roof. Just simply trying to close the holes. I've seen other guys on YouTube do this same type of repair, and a lot of them don't even address the lower skin. They just seal up the outer skin. But also, those same people pull the windshield, pull the headliner, take all the upholstery. So I mean, they're full-blown welding it all up, which we are going to weld the outside, but I just don't want any problems. Look more gray. All right. So, mix up some more. All right, take a look here. Okay, we'll just add. We'll come to the around here. What's on here? Just ready to be. Get up there. Come on. Yeah. Go help ready. You're ready. That's neat. Yeah. Sure. 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 Microphone. That we're all thank you. Clear? All right. So what I did here is I took a piece of cardboard. This is actually like my favorite kind of cardboard to use is from a beer case because the that wax laminated cardboard it just works really well for this. I don't drink, but my buddy Al does. He's the real hero here. He's the one putting in the work so I can get these cardboard cases. So what I did was I traced the contour of this corner and cut it out in cardboard, and then I transferred that shape to a piece of metal. You have to take my word for it. So I transferred it to this piece of metal, and this is going to be my corner piece. Like, like this. So I'm going to plug weld this piece. I've already got my metal clean and shiny in there. So I'm going to plug weld this in, and I'm going to start from the edge here, following the molding around. I'm going to go to lunch. So when I come back, oh, and I put some weld through primer on the back of this so that once it goes together, it's not just raw steel on the back or rust again. So we'll get back into this in about an hour. All right. I think Pretty good start. Me the next piece cut, and we'll go from there. Well, this is where I'm going to wrap it up. We'll call this the end of part one, but that's the first part welded in. Got a little hole right here. I got to keep chasing the dragon on that one because every time I go forward, it burns a hole in it. But we'll call this the end of part one.
Works every time.